All right, what's up, y'all? Let's go ahead and get into it. Philip, introduce yourself.
My name's Phillip. Anyways, Levi, my name is Philip Arthur Dixon. I am a graduate student at the University of Kansas. See your boy.
Trash.
My name.
Levi. Trash.
My name.
Levi, go ahead.
My name is Levi Washington, straight out of Kansas City. Graduated from Belton High School, and let's get it.
Hey, bro, thanks for telling everybody all the information they need to steal your identity. And
Go
I
ahead.
am Alan Pettigrew Jr.
Social.
Uh, let's go ahead and get into it. So, what is the first thing on our menu today, guys?
I don't know, you tell me.
Chick-fil-A.
I say everybody did. Come on, bro. Anyway, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Top five offensive players in this 2018-2019 season. Go ahead, Philip. Let me hear your five.
Top 5 offensive players. All right. So clearly, I got to say Kevin Durant. Clearly, I got to say James Harden. I'm going to say Steph Curry. I'm going to say Kawhi Leonard. Yes. Yes. Kawhi Leonard, Alan Pettigrew. And also with that, I'm going to say Paul George. And that's specifically this year, not overall, but Paul George recently has been killing.
Well, I feel like you said nine, it's six names.
That was definitely 5 names, but
It felt like
FAMU taught you well, I guess.
No, I just wasn't listening to you. I'm sorry. What about you, Levi? What you got?
I got the same list, except I'm gonna take Paul George out. And I'm gonna put forgetting somebody, a small forward. I'm gonna say Giannis.
Giannis no 3-point jump shot. Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
say
don't need a
Giannis.
3-pointer, bro.
I'm gonna say Giannis.
Okay. You do need a 3-pointer once the end of the season comes, and they start collapsing in on you.
We hope.
Like every
I
other
don't
year.
know, bro. I don't know.
Like every other year, it's been the thing. But he has been shooting more jump shots this year, which is good.
Yeah, it's always.
All right, for the most part, I'm agreeing with you guys, except I don't have Paul George nor Kawhi Leonard. And I can't believe y'all leaving out the GOAT himself, LeBron James.
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Um,
LeBron James. But that's not really who he is, man. It's like I don't
Right.
know, man.
That's the beauty
He's
of it.
blessed with too many
You mean to tell
talents,
me
man.
that's not his thing, and yet he still can give you 25 and 8.
That's the crazy
25 and
thing
8
about it.
assists?
Yeah, that's not even a specialty, man. Like that's
Bro,
the crazy.
he's like
question.
6'5", 250
Question.
in a point guard. What's up?
Who on my list is he a better free throw shooter than?
None of them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who who on my list has he been able to score easier than this year? Because there's been a couple times this year where he's been not more than a couple times where if you watch the actual Laker games, he's making it look hard. Like it's not a smooth looking game. It's like hard. You watch Paul George against the Lakers the other day. He was putting some moves out there that was like, that's a hard shot, but it looked easy to him. Kawhi Leonard makes hard shots every single game that look easy to him. That's how I'm looking at it. LeBron, 2 years. I don't know. LeBron is his game right now in 2019. He's making look harder than what it actually is. Like if he was on the block posting up more, it would look easier and he would score a lot more efficiently, I think. But him just trying to play how he played when he was 18, 19, 20, I think he needs to shift. And I think he's incapable of shifting right now. Um, Not because he doesn't want to. It seems to me just like he can't because he's so used to playing a certain way. You know what I mean? Because it's not like when he left or when he not left when he got injured with the groin. The Lakers have been in every single game, right? It's just at the end of the games when they close. That's really what it is. That's really what LeBron James needs to be there for, right? Just to close the games out because he has more in-game experience. He makes better decisions, honestly, because
He's the best
this
player.
isn't his, this isn't his first. That's not true. This isn't his first and second year. You know what I mean? But I will say that I would not put him on the top 5 of offensive players this year. Last year would be different, maybe, because it's year to year. Last year, he would be over to Paul George right now, for sure. Like, and last year, Kawhi Leonard didn't even play. You know what I mean? So, like, he would have been on the list last year, but this is a year to year list. And this year, I think is the first time LeBron James would not be on that list. Ever, actually.
Okay. The only thing I have to say against that is that there's literally out of all of our top 5s, there's only 2 guys more efficient than LeBron James right now. And that's in the efficiency rating. That's field goal percentage. You're gonna have him beat on free throw and 3-pointers, of course, compared to the guys that we named who are all great shooters. But like you were saying, making hard moves look easy. How about just do what you know and it's easy to you?
I,
Like,
I, Alan, you know basketball. You know all of the analytics and stuff. Sometimes it's just the eye test, and when you watch, it's literally the eye test. How smooth is it? How easy does it look? LeBron James right now, his moves are looking the hardest. That's how I want to word that. His moves that he's making right now look harder than they ever have in any time I've watched the NBA, like ever. And like all the other guys are making just as hard as moves, but they're making it look easy. And it's probably just because they're young and they're younger. It's literally just
exactly. He's almost 40. What are we
and I'm
talking
not.
about? Of
And guess
course.
what? I'm using that against him. I'm gonna use that against him,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna use that. You just 40 or you just 38, whatever. It's 36. No, I'm gonna use that against him, like because it is what it is.
Bro, that's a +1 for me. You mean to tell me you still cooking out here with the young kids at almost? Let's stop saying he almost 30. He's like 33, but he's yeah, he's
He is
young.
mad young. I kind of forget about that.
He's
Yeah,
still a physical specimen too.
and he's still putting up numbers on par with everybody else outside of like James Harden and Steph. Like, come on, it's
Yeah.
hard for me to lean one way just
Well,
because you a step slower. He's 34.
well,
Yeah,
Steph Curry is a much better scorer than him. Kevin Durant is also at this point.
they're
Kawhi
smoother.
Leonard,
They're way more. They're way smoother. I'll give you that all day.
Kawhi Leonard is.
Mm-hmm.
Paul George this year has been,
Yeah.
and who else I didn't even say? James Harden, obviously this year has been. So how am I wrong?
What are you talking about? Who?
You said yeah You just said yeah. I said has been a better offensive player each time or for this year. You said you agreed with me for each person. I named 5 people. And you're like yeah. So how am I wrong?
No, they're all better shooters. But when I say offense, I'm not just thinking about scoring.
Oh, okay. You're thinking about all around.
Yes.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. But I thought you were
Like
saying strictly
there's
just
only one.
scoring the basketball.
No, I said offensive. Like I didn't say who was the best scorer. Period. I said offensive player. Yeah, you still gotta have LeBron here.
Yeah.
There's literally in this list of everybody's top 5. There's only one guy who has more assists, and that's James Harden.
Yeah, because he has the ball in his hand. Also you could say it's because Kevin Durant and Steph Curry have to share the ball each time because they have so many players on their team. You know what I mean? So like not Durant, LeBron and James Harden, especially with Chris Paul out, have the ball in their hand every single possession. There's a lot of possessions Steph Curry doesn't have the ball in his hand. There's a lot of possessions that
Durant.
Kevin Durant doesn't have the ball in his hands either. So you could say that. And then when it comes to Kawhi Leonard, excuse me, um, he has the ball in his hands a lot. But really, if you watch Kyle Lowry, that's why his assists are like so high this year compared to what they are. He got the ball, he just passing the ball to everybody. Boom, boom, boom. They got really good role players for Toronto that just make their shots. You know what I mean? So it's just like every single time, LeBron brings the ball down the court every single time. James Harden brings the ball down the court every single time. So I think with the way the teams are set up, that his numbers are kind of influxed. I guess we would say the same thing.
So, what you're basically saying is the reason why LeBron's numbers are better is because he has to bring the ball down.
It's just
every
like
time.
it's just like
There are 2 other point guards
but
that
I think
also do that role of bringing
Yeah,
the ball down.
but he doesn't have to do that role. Which is my thing, and I think that if he doesn't do that role, or if he didn't do that role, I think it would be a lot better. But that's just my opinion, my whole family's opinion. We talk about this all the time. That he's doing a little too much this year. If you watch the games, it's like you don't need to do that much, man, like at all. But he's not capable of changing his game. But I would say the same thing about you know, um, people are like, okay, how about this? From last year to this year, how people were like, um, De'Aaron Fox's numbers are way higher than Lonzo Ball's, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like if you watch the Kings, how much more often does De'Aaron Fox have the ball in his hands?
A lot.
A lot more because he doesn't have a player like LeBron, right? So like there's a couple players in the league that are like that. Their numbers are increased because they have the ball in their hands so much because they don't have as much help. Jokic for the Nuggets, the exact same way. It really is. And Luca, his numbers are huge. Not huge. I don't want to pump it that much, but especially for a rookie, they're really, 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 really good, right? And it's because he has the ball in his hands so much too, but he also has a skill set. So he's not. I'm gonna exclude him, but Jokic for the Nuggets and De'Aaron Fox is the exact same things. The numbers are going to be bigger and bigger, bigger because they have more people. They have the ball in their hands a lot more because they don't have as much help. So, numbers increase like that. But then you got people like Steph Curry, Durant, who are still putting up crazy numbers, and in some instances, you know, um, Kawhi with Kyle Lowry, that their numbers are going to go down because they're not in those same situations.
Wait,
See that? I can see
didn't Lonzo had a ball a lot in his hand last year and still
His
put
rookie season. I'm saying no. That's why I
He
say for the
barely
jump from
played, didn't he?
freshman. No, I'm saying the jump from rookie season to sophomore season. Because rookie season, De'Aaron Fox didn't have like last year I think Lonzo Ball had almost equivalent numbers to Draymond Green for his rookie season, but which is another story for the other side. But De'Aaron Foxes weren't, fantastic either, right? If you remember last year, at the end of the games, Frank Mason was playing. He was not. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But the jump from rookie season to sophomore season would have been a greater increase for both of them, but it has not been a greater increase for Lonzo because he has the ball in his hands a lot less than he did last year. Look at Lonzo's numbers this year. Last night he hit 5 threes because he had the ball in his hands the majority of the time. He scored like 19 plus points in 3 of the last four games LeBron hasn't played in because he has the ball in his hands a lot more. But LeBron having to bring the ball down the court, not having to, but with LeBron bringing the ball down the court as much as he does, it's going to automatically make Lonzo, not have the ball in his hands as much because he has to turn pretty much do what LeBron has always wanted in his career, turn into a spot up jump shooter, even if that's not your game. You know what I mean? Um, and I just think that's the same way with like how you're talking about the best offensive players and all kind of stuff. Because people's numbers tend to get fluxed by the situations they're in. If you're in a bad team, but you're a good player, your numbers gonna be up automatically. But it's the eye test. What does that actually mean? You know what I mean?
Bro,
Yeah.
the numbers LeBron have been putting up for decades now are identical to his most talented teams that he's been on. So I agree with you that for certain players, especially on bad teams, that is completely true. But LeBron is LeBron no matter where he's at. Like he's gonna cook. So I can't agree with you on that one.
Hey, agree to disagree, bro. Agree to disagree.
Okay. All right. So top 5 scores. Let's get everybody's list again. Uh since I didn't get to finish mine, I guess I'll go first. uh so I have, of course, LeBron James, James Harden, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and I just gotta be different from everybody else. I'm gonna be childish. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in there at number 5, Kimba.
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 You're ignorant, man.
I can't get over Kimba. I love
But
Kimba,
not
bro.
even better than Kyrie.
That's cool, but I like him more.
He's like him
And
more than
he's putting
Kyrie.
up, he's putting up better numbers than Kyrie at this point. So
Yeah, Kyrie's looking compromised right now, but
Kyrie also has more players on his team, so
I don't care, Phillip. Don't tell me about sharing when there's the two of the top 5 scorers on the same team. I don't want to hear about sharing anymore,
all
Phillip.
right, man. Whatever.
Yeah,
That's
two guys averaging 30 points on the same team. You want to talk to me about
crazy.
sharing the ball?
Shush.
That's crazy.
No. Levi, top 5, go.
Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and then my 5 was Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Phillip, round us off.
Philip Dixon. That's my name. Paul George, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden.
Okay.